Episode 80 of the Thunder Underground podcast. My name is Trent, and as always, this is Jason.
What's going on? Episode 80.
80 of them now.
You know what that means? That stands for because we're 80% badass and 20% fuck yeah. So I just happens. That's our makeup, and just the fact that we were, at episode 80, I just thought that was a coincidence. So I thought I'd put that out there.
Well, there you go. I mean, 80. We've done this 80 times now. That means it's time to get smooth up in you.
That is right, and we're gonna get smooth up in you today.
Yeah, and we're saying that because Marq Torien is here from the Bulletboys.
Yes.
We've got that interview coming up here in a bit. We're going to talk all about that show. But before we do, we're going to talk about a couple other things.
Yeah, why not? Let's get into it.
Yeah. One of which being, let's just do this. Let's just get the music going.
Yes.
Because everybody likes to rock. And this song rocks.
Yes.
This is Rev Justice.
Yeah.
Straight out of Dallas, Texas. And several episodes ago, we had Scott Bond on. And he's the drummer for Ruff Justice. We didn't play a track on that episode because we played a track from Death Grip, the other band he's in. So we thought it's due time that you hear some Ruff Justice.
Yeah, and this stuff will make you smile.
Yes, it will. This song is called In God We Trust.
Don't you be afraid to show yourself and speak your
In God We Trust from Ruff Justice out of Texas. Great stuff. What do you think?
Oh, man, I love this song. I remember, when back before we did the interview with Scott, you forwarded me some of the stuff, and this song just jumped out right away. It's just an anthem. It's a feel-good, just hard rock, melodic. It's got hooks. It's catchy, but it rocks, and it's just got that tried and true, just feel-good hard rock formula.
Yeah. Yeah, melodic hard rock and roll, just like that late 80s, early 90s stuff we loved,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
It fits right in that vibe, and it sounds great. The vocals are soaring, and it's just a great rock and roll song. You can't say much more than that.
Yes, look these guys up.
Yeah, Rev Justice. Ref is spelled R-U-F-F, and then, of course, you know how to spell justice.
That's right.
They're on Facebook. They're on Reverb Nation. They've got other tracks up there for you to check out, so do yourself a favor and do that. Follow them and like them and all that stuff. And then check out Death Grip as well. And they're a little bit heavier. And then you've got that episode you need to go back and check out with Scott Bond, where he talks about both those bands and, of course, a ton of other stuff. It's a great episode.
Definitely.
Well, that song In God We Trust, kind of could tie into the times that we're in now.
I guess it could.
As well as could Show Me a Leader from Alter Bridge.
Yes.
Both of these songs kind of lifting you up, saying, hey, there's something more than what's going on. This is it. And this new song from Alter Bridge, lyrically, of course, that's what it's after, but musically it's after your throat. And it's just badass.
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm admittedly a huge fan of Alter Bridge. They've never done anything I didn't like. All 4 albums. So I assume the 5th album here is going to be just as great.
Mm-hmm.
But, I dug when this started, it has that slow intro and then that kind of, Tremonti guitar thing going on.
Yeah.
Like they've done in several of their opening tracks and stuff. But then it goes into that riff before it gets into the verse. And it sounds totally progressive, like Queensryche or Fate's Warning or something. It's a little bit out of the box for Alter Bridge. But of course, once Miles starts singing, it pulls it back in, I think, to what you're used to hearing. But
yeah, when we were listening to it a minute ago, you said this is a little different for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the song, I don't listen to this band as much as I should, but I always have loved this band, seen them live, and they're great. I think this song is kind of them times 10. I mean, it's just faster. It's more, hard rocking, to use a term. Because they always kind of have they're really good at the glisteny, clean kind of intros and, just kind of mid-tempo-y, groovy kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, this is just amps it up, and then Tremonti's guitar solo, forget about it. That guy, I beg you, please don't ever get Creed back together, ever. Just do Tremonti and do Alter Bridge. He was such an underused talent in Creed, and then this is just to watch him grow as a player and just pull off this just melting shit. It's just great.
Remember when I tried to talk to him about that?
Oh God, yeah. Okay, listen to this. Trent, we were in Dallas, Deep Ellum, after the show, Alter Bridge and Taddy Porter, and they were outside shaking hands and all that, taking pictures. Alter Bridge was, and me and Trent, we had a few drinks. Trent might have had a lot more than a few, but I probably did too. But I don't know. It seemed like I was the one that was going, oh no, Trent, come on, you got to go.
Yeah.
But Trent went up to Mark Tremonti and was telling him, and I was out of earshot, but I could just tell Tremonti was just trying to be cool and be like, oh no, that's okay. But you were telling him, that, God, what were you telling him? Do you even remember?
No, yeah, I remember I asked him, I had the liquid courage enough to just say, so, whenever you were in Creed, was it Scott Stapp or was it the record label that told you to tone it down and dumb it down so it could just be some radio rock band?
Yeah.
And he's like, what are you talking about? And I'm just like, come on, you know what I'm talking about. There's the Alter Bridge guitar work, and then there's Creed. He had some great guitar work on Creed, we know that, but it just wasn't, he just wasn't going off in the same sense he was as soon as One Day Remains came out.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, and then his reaction was, no, it's just a lot of practice. And I'm like, that's when I started waving. That's when I think you saw me. I started waving my hands, and I was like, that doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
And he looks at me like, shit, this dude's like gonna argue with me. I said, that doesn't even make sense because you don't go that good in 6 months. Yeah. When I heard that opening guitar part of One Day Remains, just that whole album, and then of course Blackbird's phenomenal.
Yeah, I had to get turned out of there real quick,
But to his credit, I don't think I was an asshole about it.
No, and he was cool about it.
He wasn't either,
Yeah,
so.
he was cool about it.
Maybe one day we'll be lucky enough to have him on the podcast and I can tell him about this.
We can.
And apologize.
Yeah, look back on it
and then ask him the question sober.
Yeah. Because you still want to know, don't you?
Yeah. And he might say now because it's been a long enough time.
Exactly. There's enough time has passed. He can speak freely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's start talking about this Bulletboys concert.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so this past week, Bulletboys came to Oklahoma City, played OKC City Limits. It was part of the Max Baker birthday celebration. Mm-hmm. And he put together a show with them and several Oklahoma City and Tulsa bands, Uncle Freddy, Chasing Jenny, and Fist of Rage. And we had talked about going, but then, it got close to the time, both of us had rough weeks, so we're just like, we might pass on this. But then we got word that we had an interview lined up with Marq Torien, so we're just like, all right, let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and make it happen. And plus, we wanted to see Chasing Jenny, we hadn't yet, and of course, it's been a while since we've seen Fist of Rage, so it was due time. And luckily, we got in there in time to see Fist of Rage. Walked in the door, and as soon as we got in, they were already playing. Our friend Jason Carroll was there, and he said, man, you just missed Andy, the vocalist, stripping down to his underwear on stage. And I'm like, you know what? That doesn't surprise me. I wasn't like shocked or anything. I was like, okay, that sounds about right.
Yeah, it does. It's par for the course, I think. Yeah.
So I guess he came in normal clothing and then changed clothing into an Oompa Loompa outfit in the middle of the show.
Oh, that's great.
From what I could gather.
That's awesome. Well, that's awesome.
But the band itself, in true Fist of Rage fashion, kicked ass. Just a great live band. Solid, heavy rock and roll, heavy metal. It's just great stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll be completely honest. I was not stoked about, heading off to OKC Saturday night, I've been moving. I've had issues with, whatever. It's just a rough, like you said, a rough week. I just want to chill out and have a beer and sit on my ass all night. But, we sucked it up. And, the minute we got in there and we saw Tony Proctor and we talked to Jason Carroll and, it just all went away because the music hit and, it was just a good time. And, Fist of Rage, I've got to say, they sound so good and they have, they've got a presence, to where you feel like you're watching a little bit more than a local band,
Yeah.
And, it's kind of the same when you see Severmind or Driver, or Smoke Offering, there's something going on here. So, I mean, it was just a treat. And, they were just as good as I remembered from when we saw them with John Corabi.
Right.
So I'm glad we got to see the bulk of their set for sure.
And Vernon gave us a shout out from the stage, which was cool.
Yeah, and all four of them are great people, and we had fun, talking with them and hanging out and getting drunk with them all night. It was awesome. Yeah,
that was the thing. After they were done, as soon as they were done, Andy and Josh came over and talked to us.
Yeah,
and then throughout the night, we talked to Paulette, Vernon, and Andy and Josh again. So it's just cool to just hang out with them through, like you said, throughout the night.
Yeah,
it's just part of the experience that made your night better than you thought it would be.
That's right. It did.
Yeah.
It did. I'm glad it all happened.
But yeah, like I said, we walked in there, talked to Tony Proctor for a couple minutes, and then we saw Eric Smith, who made our T-shirts, by the way.
Yes.
Did screen printing. Talked to him for a while.
All hail.
We ran into Andy from Archon.
Of course.
And hung out with him throughout the night.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Jason and his wife Jennifer were there. Ed and Deanna, friends of ours, were there. And it's just, we met Allison Chains from the... Let me say that so you understand what I'm saying. Allison Chains. I didn't say we met Jerry Cantrell. She's a DJ on the Cat. If I say it too fast, people get confused and think they could have saw Allison Chains at a club. But anyway, we met her. That was cool. But anyway, then we saw Chasing Jenny. Great, just great stage presence. She's got a phenomenal voice. She's just one of those people that just built for the stage and that microphone.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, she wails and she kicks ass, and talked to us after as well and said they've got new music coming here soon, and they're going to be opening for Jackal as well.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a band I think to look out for. Just, a great hard rock sound.
Yeah, of course.
And then we saw Uncle Freddy, and I didn't really know anything about him. I'd seen the name before.
Neither did I,
And they were a cover band, which is fine. But then it shocked me. I walked on the stage and you said, did you see he was on the stage? And I was like, no, because I was like talking to someone. I looked over and it was Rev Jones.
That's right.
And if you don't know Rev Jones, shame on you.
Yes.
In the first place. Because this is not, I'm not exaggerating. I know I exaggerate a lot and say badass, amazing, one of the best, all this about a lot of things. But this truly is one of the best bass players that you will ever see.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of rock and roll's best kept secrets in a way, or just like one of the hidden... kind of like a hidden gun. And, he's from Oklahoma City and he lives here, but he plays with Leslie West and Mountain. He plays with Steelheart. He plays with Michael Schenker. Think
of that, what you just said.
I know, dude.
He plays bass with one of the greatest guitarists.
Exactly.
In hard rock history.
That's
he
right.
plays bass with one of the greatest vocalists in Steelheart in hard rock history. Mountain, Leslie West, that's legendary.
One of the most iconic songs ever.
Yeah. I mean, you don't just get like, oh, let's pick a random bass player to do that. You're in those situations because you're that damn good.
Yeah, exactly. And we got to meet him.
Yeah, and he plays around in Oklahoma City a lot. He's one of those guys that's just active. Music is his life. And I've seen him in other bands. We saw him in a Skid Row tribute band once.
Yeah.
And, he's up there, over the top. I don't even know how to explain it.
I mean, it's like... Billy Sheehan and Les Claypool and Cliff Burton and, Stu Hamm all rolled into one or something. It's nuts.
Yeah.
But here's something. It wouldn't have been crazy if you wore your Rev Jones shirt that night.
Yeah, just randomly.
You would have looked like the ultimate fanboy. Like, you probably would have ran away thinking you were a stalker or something.
That's true, yeah. Well, the band itself, they played an extreme diverse set of covers.
Yeah.
I'm drawing a blank, but I remember Brother Kane at one point, which was cool. You don't ever hear that in a cover set, and just all kinds of stuff, and they sounded good. So check them out if you ever get the chance in Oklahoma City. But like you said, this was later on that night when we were walking around with Andy, and he introduced us to Rev Jones, and we'd met him before. Remember we met him at that one show at the casino in
like way out there.
Clinton,
yeah. It was like Warrant and Rat and Dawkins or something like
and
that.
Stephen Piercy, I think, or Rat, maybe. But
Rat, yeah.
Anyway, and he introduced us and, told him what we did, and we talked to him, and he said that he'd love to be on here, so hopefully that happens down the line.
Yes, definitely.
That'd be quite an honor, I believe. And then Andy introduced us to Timmy Braun, the drummer from Texas Hippie Coalition, which just kind of seemed random to me that he was there, but he said he lives in Oklahoma City as well, so he was out there hanging out, and
there he was.
He was a great dude. We talked to him for a few minutes, and so it's cool to, just all this stuff went on, in just a short span of time.
Yeah, it was crazy, yeah.
And all this before the Bulletboys even hit the stage.
I know, and kind of thanks to Andy for all of that, because, he was the one that led us around and said, okay, you guys need to meet these guys.
Yeah.
So that was awesome.
Yeah. And he's one of those type of people that just introduce you to any random person, and say, here, check these guys out. So we're thankful to for his promotion.
Big time.
As you know, or you heard on our last episode or a couple of episodes, we're big fans of Archon. So
yeah, we love that fucking band.
And they're opening for Death Angel September 6th in Oklahoma City at 89th Street Collective. That, my friends, is amazing. Death Angel in a small little club.
Yeah.
With Archon opening, you can't ask for more if you love metal.
Yeah, I know. You better go.
Yes. Okay, so then the Bulletboys hit the stage. And I just got to say, I'm just, I don't even know how to say this, but you hear so many vocalists from that era that had amazing voices, and they sound okay now. You got guys like, Millie from Stillheart that still sound like they did. There's guys like Rob Halford and Bruce Dickinson that kept care of their voice.
Yeah.
But a lot of those guys, they drop off a little, and they still sound good live, but they're not, they're not like Vince Neil or something.
Yeah.
but then you got Marq Torien, who he sounds as good as he did on record in 1988.
Yeah, I mean, top of his game. I mean, this guy's voice is, it's just jam-packed with soul.
Yeah.
And he hasn't lost he hasn't lost it at all. It still sounds insane.
Yeah, and it's another thing is this new album, Elefante, is just so, it's just rock and roll. You know, it's not, there's nothing against glam, because I love glam. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
That's my go-to forever,
Yeah.
But it's just, this isn't glam, it's just, and even their early stuff, they always kind of got lumped into that, but they were one of those bands that had a little more diversity to them, and you hear that on this new album, and, he talks about it, he's real into funk and grew up with the Motown and all that stuff. And that's the other thing, is a lot of people don't know all the stuff that Mark was involved in before the Bulletboys.
Yeah.
Which is, he had a song on the Rocky IV soundtrack, which I wanted to talk to him about, but we ran out of time. Yeah. And then he was in Rat for like a year. That's
right, yeah.
For like a year before they signed a deal. So way back in like 80, 81, sometime around there, he was a guitarist. And then he also tried out to take Randy Rhoads' spot in Ozzy's band. And apparently, I read a story a while back where apparently he was right there and they about went with him, but then I guess they decided he was too young at that point.
Yeah.
So that's when they went with Bernie instead before they ended up with Jakey Lee. But, so just crazy to think that, most people just think of Bulletboys and they think of Smooth Up in Ya and For the Love of Money, and that's where it ends, but there's so much history here.
A lot more to this guy, yeah. And I didn't know about the whole Ozzy thing. I was impressed, and, and he showed it off too, because, he could play the fuck out of that guitar. And, when we saw him, so that was a lot of layers to this guy.
Yeah. And just like we said, great guitar work, vocal wise, live. It's just something that you got to check out if they come to your town. And unlike a lot of these bands, from that era, they'll do fly-in dates, play Friday, Saturdays every once in a while, and that's it. But Bulletboys right now, that date was like the second or third show of this tour that's like a month and a half long, that it's a full-on 30 date tour or something like that.
They're hitting it. They're hitting it.
Out there doing it right, and it's ending in Guam like he talks about. Yeah. So that's cool stuff. So definitely check them out if you get the chance.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's quit talking. Let's just get into this.
Yeah, definitely.
Marq Torien from the Bulletboys.
Thank you for coming down, too. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Taking the time.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So this is Max Baker's birthday. Talk about, you said you knew him for a while. You've known him for a while.
I've known Max for years, man. He's awesome. Yeah, man. Max Baker, dude. Yeah, no, he's a great guy, hard worker, really believes in, cats from, the whole scene. And, he's been a good friend to us for a long time and very, very supportive.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I love him to death. He's awesome.
Nice.
So is this the first time you ever played a show where a midget lit himself on fire?
Oh my gosh, that was so badass. I was like, are you kidding? They go, fucking, C-Max going, dude, come here. I'm going, no, dude. It's like, and it's curiosity is like, Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Little Evil Knievel? Yeah. He was bad. It was dope.
He started headbanging while it was going off.
It was so rad, I know. But I was wondering if you could start shooting it at people. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah.
So great, dude.
Hell yeah.
That was rad. Hell yeah.
Well, so Elefante's been out now over a year, and I know
Yes.
that, in the past year I've read tons of stuff. It's got all kinds of critical acclaim, and
Oh, thank you so much.
I just wondered what you thought.
That means a lot. Thank you. We worked really, really hard on this record.
That's great, yeah.
Well, I know a lot of bands from the 80s, 90s era,
Yes.
unless they're like real massive, kind of get overlooked these days. So it's
Yep.
like, what do you think? What do you attribute that to? The fact that this has got a lot of positive attention from the press and that kind of thing.
That we're very, very blessed, and I do mean that. We got a lot of faith, this band, to be able to put something together. A body of work like Elefante is a very difficult thing to do, because I think I'm a songsmith. I love to write. I write constantly. I'm always writing constantly music, whether it be rock, funk, jazz, what have you. I love to write music, so we really believe in the purpose of writing new music for our fans is a great way to let people know that you're not going to go away anytime soon.
Right.
Whether the album's good and you like it, or it's not that great, I don't think we always really work really hard on our body of work, so we're just very, very blessed, man. We worked really hard, and to receive the accolades that we received, we top 3 on CMJ National Radio Charts Radio and Rock Charts last year. We got amazing reviews in Rolling Stone, everywhere. It was pretty emotional for me, because you kind of go like, wow, someone's actually really, they're really listening to it, because I think I've taken a lot of heat in the past. I don't know why, but for carrying on and doing what we're doing and reinventing and rebranding the band takes a lot of chutzpah, and it takes a lot of people telling you and making fun of you and bullying you not to do it, to stand up and just stand and say, I'm going to do this, whether people don't like it or not. And it's basically, I'm doing this for the fans, and for our family, and their friends, family, fans. To me, we all encompass it all together. Yeah. So there's always a warm feeling. Our band has always been like, we've always had a cult following. So we're a very culty band. We have big hearts. We're more of a barbecue rock and roll band. We're all about that, coldies and barbecues and hot girls and, guys having a great time, loud cars, motorcycles, punk rock, all that, funk. We come from Los Angeles, so kind of that's how I grew up, with all different kinds of amazing musics. Yeah. But going back to your point, yes, we're it's not lucky. I can't say luck. We're just blessed. We've got some really great people behind us right now, and just that we got even recognized for that record was just a blessing. And people go, man, what do you mean by that? I just mean, dude, you can't. It's not luck. It's just something that magical that happens. You put together something and from top to bottom, and you're going like, oh my gosh, this is wow. And we're looking at each other like, are you kidding me? It's really turning out good. And the fans that really got behind it, that's what mattered the most to us. The heart behind it was great.
I read an interview you did before the album came out, and you said that The Villain was your favorite track. Is that still stand true now that it's out?
I know. I gotta go back. I'm kind of like, oh no, I gotta eat my words. My heart's really into Symphony. That to me is the track on the track on the record that really moved people. I get constant messages and emails, and how that song has made people really, when they've been having horrible days, or if they're in a really bad place in their life, that it really brought them and uplifted them, because they know that I've been through those things too. So when I'm writing about these things, I don't like to be too preachy in songs. I like to paint broader strokes and be more poetic with the lyrics, and for people to, not for me to tell you what the song's about, but for what you feel it's about, you know, where it pulls your heartstrings. But that's the song that for us, like, we just, you know, it's one of those songs that we go, oh man, this is, you know, it's like a Superman song, you know?
Yeah, I'll tell you from my standpoint, the first time I listened to the album and I got to that track, third track, I hit repeat like twice before I went to the fourth track.
Yep. Yeah, it's just one of those tunes, you know, it's like, you know, you go, wow, you know, it's just, you know, it was really an emotional song for me. I don't really want to go on what it's about, but it's something that where all people just have to have, just don't lose that belief in, even if you've gone through awful things in your life or things are going on, don't lose that hope. There's still hope there, and there's people that are there for you. You just need to gravitate to them, and sometimes just really humble yourself, man. I've been through so much fucking shit in my personal life that I'm even around. It's just like unbelievable. Just, you know, God has me around for a certain reason, and I want to bring the reason to bring a lot of love and to people, and listen to their stories. Yeah. You know, especially love, man. We need a lot of love in this country, y'all, right now, man.
Yeah, we do.
It's just, I see stuff and it just breaks my heart, man. You know, the people trying to divide us in races and divide us socially and economically, and you know, we're better than that as Americans. I bleed red, white, and blue, you guys. That's all I do, man. I support our troops so much. We're going to Guam, man, and we're playing for our military, man. I can't wait to go. Yeah. So anybody that's listening out there, Marines, hoorah, we're coming out there to Guam, and we're going to tear it up, and we're going to play some serious great rock and roll for you guys. So it's coming up soon in October, man.
Nice.
Yeah, we really support all of our branches of our military. Yeah. It's really important to really take care of us, and they keep us safe, man.
Yeah. I mean, have you played for them before?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes, many times.
Cool.
We've been to Fort Bragg, Fort Hood, visited with our military brothers and sisters, and they're just so awesome. Yeah. Man, these young badasses, man, 19, 20-year-old badasses, girls and guys. Yeah. It just makes you tear up sometimes, because you're going like, man, I just want to thank you for keeping me safe. Anytime, even when we're in the airports, we see military, we stop, we put our stuff down, and we say thank you. Yeah. Right. Anytime, man. Yeah, and I wish more people would do that. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
It's just, those guys are so rad. I'm sorry, I went off a tangent on that.
You're good.
But that's one of our, you know, really one of the people that we back, and we back the homeless, and we back a lot of animal shelters and people that don't really basically feel like they're from the island of the misfit toys, like I always do, you know, and people that need some, you know, some brotherhood, you know, some sisterhood to be there, you know. I think we need to do that more, man. And I'm not trying to be, you know, it just like, that's what I think of my feelings. We need that more, especially right now. Stuff's getting kind of crazy, man.
Yeah, it is getting a little crazy.
All over the place.
It seems like if everybody just had common sense, everything would be cool.
Yes, sir.
I know.
Yeah, it's hard. Common sense is difficult these days, right? Yeah. You think, you know, you go, what? Come on, you did that? What?
Exactly.
I know, man. Exactly. It's just, I think people are in a crossroads with their lives. Everybody in the world right now, and it's a struggle between really fighting evil with love. And it's hard to fight evil with love. Yeah. It's just so difficult. But if you can lead with love and forgiveness, it helps you inside, man. Yeah. I've had people do some awful things to me, and you don't want to forgive them, but as soon as you let that go and you forgive, it's all good. All good.
Yeah. It seems like people fight, like you said, fight evil with like more evil.
Yeah,
it doesn't seem to work.
Enough's enough already. Yeah. We're all here on this planet, all of us. We're not black, white, yellow, green, brown. We're human beings.
That's right. Yeah.
We're human beings. We're here on this earth, all of us, all over the place, all over the world. No matter who you are, no matter what religion you are, no matter what faith you are, it's all one God, you guys. Yeah. It really is. But no one, the common sense. Right? Yeah. How many, before eons ago, before we were even breaths in the universe, there's been this constant religious fight.
Yeah.
It's people that got to stop and say, you know what? Forget religion. Forget what you are. How would I just love you because you're a brother and we're here? You know, we're all here. We only have a little bit of time, like this tiny bit of time to be on this planet.
Yep. This
You
should
know?
be cool.
And hey, man, back in the day, yeah, I did my drinking, yeah, I did my drugs, yeah, I did my things. I did it really hard. I did it hardcore. But something stopped me. And I was able to go, man, this can't be the way it's supposed to be. You know, there's got to be something else, man. You know, and that's what we try to do right now.
Yeah. Somebody has to.
I have one right here for you, darling.
I love you. Can I sit right here?
Absolutely. We're doing an interview, but come on now.
She. We've
Oh, hi
interviewed her
guys.
before.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay, come on.
Not me.
There you go.
I'm interrupting.
This is Paulette from Fist of Rage, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry, Paul. Here we go. Yes.
Is that it?
Hi, Paula.
Hi.
It's
how
nice
are
to meet you.
Nice to meet
How
you
are you,
as well.
darling?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good. Did you have a good time?
I did. Did you?
Awesome. Oh, we had a rad time. It was
Did
fun.
you? Hell yeah. Did you get to catch any of the bands before you?
You know what? We were pressed on time, and we got here at about 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So we had to go to the hotel and.
Yes. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
Hey, Chad played on my bass cab and my.
Yes.
That was pretty cool tonight.
That's pretty rad. I like it.
Dug
That's
the shit out
fucking
of
dope. Yeah. Hell yeah.
I was like, he's clipping. No, it's okay.
Yes. Fist
No,
of Rage, y'all.
dude, I
Watch
apologize.
out! Watch out for them.
I so did not see this happening. I just stumbled over it.
No, you guys are punk rockers, rad.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool, man.
Man, look us up, Fist of Rage.
I'm-
I would love for us to come follow you
I'm
and
in,
like
come on.
open every time.
Hey, follow us on whatever. Just we'll be friends.
no, I just mean like our band opens for you every time.
Well, come on.
I'm just saying.
Come
man,
on,
let's
bring
do
it.
This.
Hell yeah, we're ready. Let's do
I'm
it.
ready.
That's so awesome.
I'm gonna. Yes.
So yeah, so okay, see?
Yeah. So okay,
That's
so
great.
moving on. Now,
Yes.
We were listening to Elefante on the way up, and your voice is just badass. I mean,
Oh, thank you.
over the years,
Thank you
how
so
have you
much.
managed to keep it just in shape and keep it going?
You're really,
I think-
really nice.
This is what I attribute to working out.
Okay.
I run 3 to 4 miles a day, 5 days, 6 days out of the week. Make myself. I try to eat healthy, but I don't drink alcohol. I haven't drank a stitch of alcohol or any type of drug in many, many years. So I'm a sober guy, and I think that helps a lot. It keeps it strong. But I don't know. I think I just God keeps on blessing me, and He keeps on giving me my voice, dude. It's all the grace to God, dude.
Yeah.
Not to me.
Yeah. Gotcha. Well, it's working. It's working.
Thank you, man.
For sure.
Do you warm up, or how do you?
Yes.
Before shows.
Yes, I have a little warm-up routine. It's very short, couple 2-3 minutes. It's not really that long,
Okay.
but just to get the vocals going. I have to give a shout out to Nathan Lamb at Stephen Weiss Temple out in Los Angeles. He's the one that helped me with these exercises, and I have to give Cantor Lamb all the credit for the exercises that he has given me to preserve my voice.
Mm-hmm.
It's sometimes it's pretty. Sometimes I'll warm up for a short time. Other times I'll warm up a little bit longer. It all depends where where I'm at in that little thing. It's just this weird little warm up routine, but it works, man.
Yeah. Great.
Well, have you put any thought into? I know it's only been a year, but the next album, or is that just kind of something you'll?
Yeah, we're getting ready to go in and lay down our record in November. We're very, very, very humbled and very excited. We signed a 2-album record deal with Frontiers Universal, and
awesome.
Thank you, Frontiers. We love you so much. Thank you for having faith in this band. We're going to put out something really extraordinary next year. This record's going to be pushing the envelope a bit in a different way. I think there's a lot of heavy music right now, and it all sounds the same to me. And there's some great bands, and I love a lot of these bands, but and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. And this is all in love and respect, because I love so many of those bands that do what they do, but there's got to be something else. It just got to be something else. It's too much of the same thing, you know. I'd like to see some of these guys do something diversified, like, you know, when for instance, like when I just love Corey Taylor, by the way. Shout out to Corey Taylor and Slipknot. Those fools are so sick and dope. I saw them do a Ricky Martin song, and they did Vida Loca.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it sounded fucking sick. I was like, well, inside out. He's living the vida loca. And I was like, oh shit. And Corey can sing, man.
Yeah.
That fool he can sing.
Yeah.
I've heard him. He can sing. He's got a great voice. But when bands step out and they do that kind of stuff, it's so badass. It's just like, wow. You know, it's like, so I like to see my favorite bands when they step out and do something just completely, you know, to the left. It's like, and they, you know, they're not scared. They just go there. It's just like, yeah, it's so dope. It's so cool. So this record, we're going to go there with some crazy shit, man. This is going to be very, really pulling on my hardcore funk roots, R&B, punk rock. It's going to be a really, you know, smashing record of some really hard grooves and, you know, some really cool things. I'm actually putting a couple songs actually that have violins and cellos, and we're gonna be delving into some other waters, and I'm really excited about it because it's challenging, and I want us to be challenged when we're writing music, but I want it to not be too I say muso, you know, it's all over the place. It's like I like simple, you know, less is more to me.
Yeah.
You know, lyrics are so essential and just outright the most important thing to me. You know, really going over those lyrics and making sure that you're saying something, whatever, regardless what that is, you know, but something that's a little bit different than what somebody else said, twisting it a bit, you know. Everybody said everything already, so just try to do that and just try to be your own, you know.
So is it entirely written already?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Other than I have a couple songs that I'm just writing right now that I'm going, oh no, you know, you just like go, so I always bounce them off to guys, and, you know, we work on stuff. Nick came up with something the other day, and I go, what's that? You know, we're in rehearsal going, I know. So, no. We can't do this right now. We're rehearsing. It's like, oh. He does it to me all the time. He plays these riffs, and it sounds really cool. I'm like, yeah, what's that? He goes, no, not right now. It's like, he teases me. It's not fair. But yeah, Nikki and Chad have some stuff, and we're going to be working on some stuff. Chad and Nikki are just great writers, man. Just great writers, yeah. So I'm really looking forward to jumping into those waters also.
The last time I saw you live before tonight was at Rockin' America.
Yeah.
And saw you at Rocklahoma as well.
Yes.
And I know you guys have played a lot of these festivals. And
Rob, hang out. We're going to talk later. Okay. Awesome. You have great energy. Nice.
Yeah, you guys have played a lot of these different festivals, and
yes.
I think a couple of cruises, right?
No,
Okay.
we have never been invited to play a cruise.
Oh wow!
And my band is not really, you know, I don't know, man. It's just very strange for me. I don't really. I think it's really cool, and, you know, God bless the bands that do it, and I would love to probably be invited, but I don't know if it's the right thing for our band. We're moving on from that whole thing, and we're doing different things, and I never try to look in the rearview mirror quite often, and I don't like walking backwards. I like walking forwards. So, you know, and I think there's a cruise going on, and I see a bunch of bands on it, but you know, I'm a land lover, man. You know, I like to play punk rock bars.
Yeah.
Fuck, you know, I like to just be here and playing. You know, when I want to go on a cruise, I want to go and relax.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and just chill. Just performing and, you know, wow. If it was just like a cruise to just go hang out and we could just all hang out and get up and jam, like, that would be rad to me. Like, all the different bands just get up and go, what song do you know? I don't know. What do you know? Oh, I know this song. Okay, let's do it. Now, that would be cool to me. Like the Monsters of Rock Jam Cruise. I was like, what? And you got Slayer, and then you got Tom Kiefer, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, what? Tom Araya, Tom Kiefer? Fuck! You know, I'd be standing right there in front going, what? Totally, you know, right?
Yeah.
That would be fun, you know? It's like, fuck.
That reminds me of the Metal Allegiance with Billy Sheehan jamming on Slayer. You know, that's awesome.
Man, we were just listening to Motorhead all the way up here, you guys.
Yeah.
Mikkey Dee, bro.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we saw him with Scorpions.
So did
awesome.
He put us on the guest list. I love you, Mikkey Dee. I fucking love you. That's my brother. Thank you for hooking us up, bro. All the love to you.
Hell yeah.
You're kicking ass in the Scorpions too, bro.
Yeah,
sounds
he is.
ridiculous. His drum solo was just ungodly.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I stood there, and I usually don't, but me and my girl Drew were sitting there, and our mouths were hanging open.
Yeah.
She goes, Mickey! It's like, fuck! He was off the chain, man. It was killer. He sounds amazing in the Scorpions, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, and Klaus and the guys.
Yeah, he did such a good job.
We were really, I received an award for the Vegas Rock Awards.
Yeah.
And we were able to get up and play in front of Twisted Sister and Scorpions and stuff. And
That's insane.
they all came back and they're going, "Oh my gosh, you guys were like, you stole the show! My gosh, I had no idea." Talking to Klaus and Rudolph, they were just so sweet, man. Just great people, and Dee's just so awesome, man. Dee Snider just rules, man.
Yeah, he does.
He's so badass, and he was so kind. And just really just cool, and talked to JJ French for a long time. Shout out to JJ. Wow. Amazing human.
Yeah.
Just an amazing, brilliant cat.
Yeah.
Really sweet guy, man. He talked to me for quite a while, actually, and I was really blessed to be in that conversation because it was just going, wow, this is like, wow. You know, it's really, really cool. All those cats, man. Really great. Hung out with Mikkey Dee, partying.
Awesome.
It's killer.
Yeah, I saw the video where Scorpions and Twisted Sister in the front row. Is that like intimidating at all, or
no.
do you just kind of look past it and don't think about it while you're up there?
No, I don't ever. No, I've been doing this for so long since I was 7.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Maybe if you put. Intimidating to me would be like sitting down and playing in front of Michael Jackson and Prince.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That would be intimidating to me. And where you just want to just do everything that you can. You know, our cats, you know, not that they're not on that level, but like everybody's, I don't know, we've played in front of so many people. I just wanted to play the best that I possibly could for them.
Yeah.
You know, and for the audience, you know, it's this magical moment, and we had a great time, man. So much fun, and we were honored to get an award. Sally Steele rules. Shout out to Sally. Everybody in Vegas. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, you've been, like I said, been doing this for a long time, and you came from an era where you had to get out there and put up flyers, and everything was word of mouth or
Yep.
radio promotion. It's like nowadays, you know, bands can use the internet and everything. But
Yeah.
like, what would be your advice for an up-and-coming band to do to get themselves to promote themselves right?
Start off and get in a garage and play really loud rock and roll music and punk rock music and play and play and play and play. Get a group of guys that you can eat, drink, and sleep with. No problem. Be brothers and write great music, man. You know? And then go out and really believe and promote it with your friends. First, start with your friends.
Yeah.
Get your friends involved in what you're doing and what you're playing and what you're saying. You know, get your family involved. Get mom and dad. My mom still comes to shows. My mom and dad, God bless them. Man, they're the best, man. My mom just turned 82. She's amazing. She's such a strong woman. But my mom and dad, my father's 85, strong man, just big heart, just God-loving man. And they still come to shows. My dad played with Stan Kenton's orchestra. My mother sang in all kinds of. I come from a very musical background. For them to still come. Bands out there, get your mom and dad, sisters, brothers, uncles. Get them out there, let them help you. And then go full on social media. Be a part of Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Vine, Snapchat. Anything that you can promote and talk to people and get them into your music. That's the way of the now and in the future. Anything that you can promote yourself that way and get yourself out there. Talk to your fans. Talk to people on Twitter. I see people. I always I gotta say this again. The antidotes and some of the amazing. How would you say? Just things that Corey Taylor writes to some of his fans. They'll ask him questions and stuff, and he's always so poignant and loving and cool, but always hard. Oh no, don't do that. Fucking blah 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 blah. They're not out. Be close with your family. There's always those. I listen to advice, and I gotta give the same kind of advice. Be close to your family. You only have one family, so bands that are out there, get your people, your family involved in what you're doing. And just get in the garage. You don't have to be in a recording studio and think about all. Just play a song, and then when you guys write a song, and you guys all look at each other and go, "Whoa, that's dope!" That shit's dope. Fuck, we got to do that again. And you got to get into it, and then write more songs. And we need some groups out there to bring back, some young cats out there to bring back this rock and roll music, man. Adding whatever needs to be added into it: hip hop, R&B, punk, whatever, jazz, ethereal, dance. Do your own thing, get your own mix going on. But those guitars, man, we need some people playing guitars, man. That means some guitar badasses. And I'm not talking about that fiddle faddle. I'm talking about fucking, I'm talking about Zakk Wylde and that cats like that. That can fucking, and fucking, you can sing and maybe sing, and sing a ballad and have heart, and, but still can fucking throw down ugly.
Yeah.
Like what we did tonight.
Yeah, that's right.
So how old were you when you wrote your first song? Do you remember?
Say, 15?
Yeah, okay.
Probably about 15, 14, around there. Yeah.
What were you doing at the age of 7?
Basically playing guitar and being in studios. And,
okay.
Yeah, when I first started, ooh, there she is. No.
Please.
No way, dude. I'm like, really? My brother wants me to sign his Marshall amp that I played on tonight, just so. Dude, you sure?
Yeah. Please.
Okay. But I'm sorry, I forgot the question. I apologize. What were we talking about?
Or just what you were doing at the age of 7?
Oh yeah, just singing. My parents would take me in the studios to sing. I would sing with my mom. Used to have me out, between 7 and 10, 11 out there. She would do performances at different schools in the LA City School District, and she would get up and sing, and she would have me come up with my acoustic guitar and sing songs, and just started off like that. Yeah. Start playing, and I've always been a really musical family, so we've always been performing like wherever, local, schools or here and there when we were growing up. So yeah, that's basically how I started. I've always been singing, always been playing, and that's what I've been doing my whole life.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, do you want to do that? Or
yes. Yes.
That's badass.
There you go, my friend.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. So don't smudge, right? Wow, dude. Very cool. Thank you for lending me your equipment, my brother. No problem. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Hopefully,
No, you're good.
you should keep those settings. It sounded pretty rad like that.
Hey,
Hey, Nikki!
I feel like
All my shit's on that bus.
fucking jerk.
I have my phone on there, all kinds of stuff.
Oh my god, that's my shit. Like I have all
Okay,
my shit. Y'all put
I think I got to
my
wrap
shit.
it up.
Hell yeah,
Okay.
no problem,
Yes,
man.
absolutely.
Well, thanks for
Appreciate
your time.
Man, thank you so much, you guys,
Yeah,
for
we
coming out,
appreciate
man.
it. Yeah.
Hey, and everybody, we're going to be doing is that still on?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, look out for our new record. I can't tell you the title because I promised everybody I wouldn't. But it's going to be rad, and here we go.
I can't.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys, so much, man.
No
Thanks for coming out.
Yeah.
For sure.
There you go, Marq Torien from the Bulletboys. Very cool. Just a great dude. Amazing to talk to. Very thankful to him for taking the time. Thankful to Drew from Blue Sparrow Entertainment for setting that whole thing up. Thanks to Jerry Rizzo for the tour manager for setting that all up on the site. And he was in contact with us throughout the day as well.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. We talked to him for a little bit before
Oh, yeah,
as
for
well.
sure.
And I forgot the dog's name, but Cruiser.
Cruiser.
Yeah, His service dog was out there, and he's like, I guess they said he's the van dog. And
That's
that was
awesome.
And then thanks to Max Baker for putting on a great, cool show, and Tony Proctor, of course, for always being a part of this awesome scene that he's a part of.
And it was Max Baker's birthday.
Yes.
Thanks to Paulette Haas from Fist of Rage for, coming in on the interview there for a little bit.
Yeah.
She just kind of dive bombed her way into it, and that was okay.
And like she said later that she didn't realize what she was doing, but hey, that's cool.
Yeah.
That makes it even better.
That's right. And let's be honest, she can crash anything we're doing at any time she wants.
There you go.
I'll say it right now.
It's on record.
Yes, exactly. And, thanks to Marq Torien. I mean, just such a welcoming, positive guy. It was so fun and so cool. And, it's just, good when you meet these guys and they're just genuine, just badasses. So that was awesome.
Yeah, it's one of those, we've done enough of these now that, you'll do one, you walk away from it feeling good because the interview went great, or, you met someone that you love their music or whatever. But this, you just walked away feeling good just because, like you said, he was so positive, and you just, it was late when we left there, like 2:30 in the morning, and I still, I felt like wide awake because he was such a bright, positive person.
And you know what? That comes back around to what we said earlier about all the bad stuff going on.
Yeah.
Be cool, be positive, spread some good vibes, and they will carry on to other people, which will carry on to other people, and so on and so forth.
And like he talked about in that interview.
Exactly.
Well, of course, like we said, thank you, Mark and Bulletboys, and everyone involved. And if you're listening to this for the first time, we're at thethunderunderground.com, and we've had interviews with guys from Warrant and Europe and Frank Hannon Band who fall in the line with this, and we've got Mark Gus Scott from Trickster coming up this next week.
That's right.
That's going to be a good one for you guys to check out. We've had stuff with guys from Sid Falk, from Overkill, Chris Broderick, guys from Drowning Pool and Soil and Insight, Battlecross.
Crowbar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Scattered Hamlet.
Murder FM.
Yeah. There's a long list. There's 79 other episodes at soundcloud.com/thunder-underground. We're on Instagram. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitter. And we're on Facebook. Facebook is /TheThunderUnderground, all one word. Like us on there and follow us. That's where everything goes first before it even goes to the website usually.
That's right. And we've got koozies and t-shirts for sale. Kirk Winstein from Crowbar wore a Thunder Underground t-shirt, so you should too.
Oh, yes, he did.
That's right.
Yeah, we're slowly growing in our base. I know Mike Starkey from Scream Red Mutinies wore one on stage.
That's right.
Travesty from the
W
Devil Doors wore one on stage.
That's right.
Jenny from Chasing Jenny that we talked about earlier said if I send her one, she'll wear it.
That's right.
We had Valerie, Miss Rockloma 2015, wearing one.
Exactly.
And we've got all kinds of other awesome friends and fans that have worn them as well.
Yes, and thank you to everybody for listening.
Yes.
And also, I just wanted to say that I've said definitely a lot during this episode. And so you could turn it into a drinking game. Whenever I say definitely, take a drink and you will be fuck hammered by the end of the episode.
Is that in place of fuck?
Maybe it is. Yeah. When we started, I used to say, a lot, which I just said, But now it's definitely. So you should definitely turn it into a drinking game.
I noticed I say and a lot, like when I'm between sentences. So.
And well, we would both do that.
Yeah.
But hey, fuck it. It's all good.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Tell us how drunk you got from Jason's drinking game.
Exactly. And I'll be happy.
All right. Well, like we said, coming up soon, Mark Gus Scott from Trickster. And we've got some other things lined up for you as well, so be on the lookout. Till next time.
Thunder Underground, y'all.